Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube? Playing some Hades here today. Not for the A through Z series, we're just playing Hades, and this is my 200th game. I've been planning on doing a video like this for a while now. I actually thought about doing it at 100 and 0, but I was like, you know what? Because we were already at like 120 and 0 at the time, and I was like, you know what, man? Screw it. Let's go for the big one, dude. Let's get 200 and 0, make a video on it, and I've been telling you guys about it in stream, for those who do watch the streams. So this may not be a secret for some of you. Some of you might be like, what the heck, where did this come from? But some of you guys have also just been asking for like a Hades guide and Hades builds, which is kind of criminal if you ask me, because I literally have Hades videos up and I have a whole Hades guide up. And yes, it's a little outdated, yes. So I agree, I need to make another one. But the fact that people like just didn't even realize there was one, like, let me put it this way. If you want me to make a video on a god, at least like type the god in my YouTube search bar first and see if I made a video recently. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes I'll make a video like a week ago and somebody will be like, dude, you should make a video on that god. Dude, I literally did that last week. I literally did that last week, man. But anyways, I don't know what I'm going to title this video. If it's going to be like a I just went 200 and 0, this is how I did it, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But yeah, the point is 200th Hades game this year. It's a year because the god leaderboards don't change every split. They change every year, every season, I should say. So this is my 200th Hades game of the season, and I have yet to lose. I'm 200 and 0, and I hope that I can show you guys some cute little plays so you guys don't think I'm the worst Hades ever. Just because, you know, that I have a recording that's a bit uneventful. That's what happens to me so often, where like my opponent just won't even fight me at all. Like they're just being incredibly boring, and then somebody will comment. Okay, it doesn't happen that often, but somebody will comment on the video and be like, dude, your Bologna sucks. And it's like, dude, you didn't even get to see me do anything. My opponent just ran from me all game. So I was just casting random spells and sometimes missing, you know? I think I'm just gonna commit to this. Let's just YOLO 50 it. Alright. Because Raijin's clear is not that good, so it's basically up to me to mess up my clear. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to, you know, starting now, try my best to explain my thought process on what I do with Hades and whatnot, even though I'm against a Raijin, so I can already tell that this is probably not going to be the most eventful game, but I'm going to take it either way because, well, this is my 200th game. I mean, I'm not going to record my 205th game and say this is how I went 200 and 0, right? If you guys want, I can do more Hades guides and stuff like that in the future, even though I think I've done my part. But if you guys still want more, I certainly could try to do something like that soon. But that's not what this is. That's not what this is. This isn't a guide. This is just this is how I went 200 and 0, man. Just playing Hades, building like this, playing like this, man. Obviously some other games are more eventful than others and whatnot, but you take what you can get, dude. Also, I should mention this is actually my 4th try on this recording because Hades gets banned a lot, dude. I had to play ROM like 3 games in a row. ROM. So this is my 4th game of Smite. My first Hades game though. Dude, that is so loud and annoying. Holy man. But yeah, Hades in a nutshell and Duel is kind of just, I'm not saying you can't get kills early game, it's just typically if you're getting kills in the early game as Hades, it's because your opponent kind of just played bad, not because you played extraordinarily well. I mean, you definitely can play well to get the kills, of course, but it requires them to play bad too. Wait, I'm actually going to try to get these chesters. So in the early game, you're just looking to farm, looking to dominate the map with your OP wave clear, OP buff clear, buff secure. Alright. I don't really know what he's doing, man. He's kind of just chilling. I mean, right now he's setting up for the blue, obviously, but... Do we need to pop our horn shard? Nah, he's not here. He should have just backed, I think. So we're just hitting the big one. We want to get the big one as... Oh. Okay. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be you know, because I was already kind of leaning towards this, just talking to Lizzie about it and stuff. But given how this game is going, it's definitely not going to be a how to play Hades video or like this is how we did it. I'm probably just going to make it something along the lines of, you know, can we win my 200th game? Can I go 200-0? You know, something like that, right? Because this dude, like, it's mage v mage, man. It is what it is. He has no ult, so I know I can get his beads there with my ult. So we're just looking to get the beads. Don't be afraid to just ult randomly, by the way, guys. Not randomly, but ult for relics and stuff, even if you don't think you're gonna kill them. I feel like some people only ult when their stuff is down, but like, here's the trick about that, is their stuff's never gonna be down if you don't ult, unless they just randomly panic on a fear or something like that. So, boom. Boom, there we go. And by the way, I should mention, because there's always people on these videos who, like, you know, there's always Hades mains or people that main the specific god, and they're like, I could do way better than you, bro, blah, blah, blah. How come I never go against you? I'd totally destroy you, blah, blah, blah. You know, whatever. Just to be clear, I play on NA servers, NA East, otherwise known as North America. Like, and on the NA servers, it's North America West, and then there's just North America, which is the East one. I play on North America servers, and I play around anywhere from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are curious why you may never go against me or whatever. I'm like trying so hard to make the I'm trying so hard to make this game a little bit more eventful, but like, I'll be honest, like, trying to force mage v mage to be eventful in the early game is kind of impossible. Not impossible, kind of impossible. Only kinda. Especially because I'm against a mage, not only with a jump to get out of my ult, but he also has CC immunity. So CC immunity plus beads plus jump. Kind of hard, man. Alright, we're fighting. Combats, that's good. Maybe I'll just blink in to make things interesting. Like, I don't really care that much if I die, but like, these minions are gonna stop my blink here, so wait for that tower shot to come through and then we'll heal. But yeah, this honestly, like, even if it looks boring, and it's kind of boring to play, but honestly, I'm so used to it, it doesn't bother me. The only reason it bothers me a little bit is because I'm recording for you guys. Like, if I were just playing, this wouldn't bother me. Because this is typically how Hades games go. People just refuse to fight you, / honestly, you refuse to fight them, depending on the matchup. Like, there are some matchups where they can chase you around the map and you just kind of want to PvE. It is what it is. Like, if you're against an on her or something like that, right? But this is how Hades goes, man. As cringe as it is, it's the truth. You basically just control the map. Your main goal is just to get every single buff, every single camp, every single minion over and over and over until you get about, I would say, until you get about 3 items, at least 3 power items. Like, if you want to go defense earlier, which a common question people ask me is like, when do you go defense? I go defense when I need defense, and sometimes that's not the most obvious answer to newer players, I understand, but like, that's just the truth. Whenever I need defense, so like right now, is he doing any damage to me? I mean, honestly, bro's not even hitting me. Like, screw how much damage he's doing, he's not even hitting me with spells right now, you know what I mean? So it's like, I obviously don't need defense that bad. I'm also playing a super safe character. That's part of why we can start Blink and get away with it, because of how safe the character is, right? So, like, look at his damage. This definitely doesn't feel good, but it's, at the same time, it's not hurting, right? So, do I need defense in this slot? No, probably not. I'm just gonna go get myself a poly, and normally I would go a power potion here. Just full disclosure, I would normally go a power potion. The only reason I'm not getting a power pot right now is because I don't want to do, like, I want to do good damage, normal damage, right? I don't want to do a ridiculous amount of damage with the power potion because this guy might surrender. And as much as I'm okay with this being like a bad game, because it's just my actual organic 200th game, no gimmick. At the same time, I don't want it to be incredibly short either, right? So I'm not going to play troll. I'm not going to be troll or anything like that. I'm going to play normal. The only thing I'm doing differently is just not buying my 500 power pot, that would normally snowball the game a little bit harder. That's literally the only thing I'm doing differently, and it doesn't make that big of a difference. It's mostly fine. Can we just jump in? Be right back. Sorry, I also had to mute there for a second. I honestly might have been able to get a kill with my blink there. Like I was kind of walking away a little bit to try to not let him hit me so I could blink, but then by the time he was done casting stuff at me, he was gone. But what I was trying to say is I had to mute there for a second because somebody was walking by on the road with a lawnmower. And yes, you heard that right. Someone was driving down the middle of the street with a lawnmower. Bro, you do no damage. You do no damage, my friend. I could ult him here, but he'll just dash it. Which would be fine normally, because I do have the blink, but the problem is the minion wave is coming, so I wouldn't actually be able to get my blink off there. So what we're going to do is we're going to heal a bit off of that, even though we have Divine Ruin. And then we're gonna just blink in, force this guy to dash out, jump on him. He already beads, he already Aegis. Oh. That was a little bit awkward. I almost screwed that up, but we got him. I didn't realize my 3 was on cooldown for still like a couple seconds there. Or like, I guess I should say 1 second. It was on cooldown for like 1 second there. There we go. We got a tower. We got some action. We got both of his relics. We got a kill. I mean, some action, baby, and as much action as we could ask for with my character being so OP and awesome and sexy in every single way, you know? Normally I would go, I honestly don't, if I'm against a physical and I buy a breastplate for 20% cooldown, I would almost always go Mirrodin because it's just more damage and I don't need the cooldown as bad because I have a breastplate. Now, when I go Genji's, that's when I only have 10% cooldown, and I feel like I need like a little bit more cooldown than that, so maybe Chronos Pendant is actually better than Mirrodin here. I have not fully decided. I think they're about the same, honestly. Obviously, Mirrodin's a bit more damage, but overall, that cooldown from the Chronos Pendant, because you could argue Chronos Pendant might even be like a 30% CDR item if you calculate the passive. Obviously, it's not real CDR, like, you know, as a stat, but you guys know what I mean. So I'm just letting you guys know in general. Against physicals, I always go Mirrodin. Against magicals, I'm not going to do this yet. Maybe after Mirrodin. Against magicals, you can go Chronos Pendant or Mirrodin. Whichever one suits your playstyle more, I'd say. Oh, and one other tip I could give you guys, even though this isn't a guide, but just random tip that I see people doing wrong all the time. Stop going anti-heal in Hades mirrors. Like, especially Pestilence. You want Genjis, guys. Stop going Pestilence. It is very bad. Trust me. I played about 1,000 Hades mirrors in my day. Pestilence is not good, guys. Not against Hades in a Hades mirror anyways. And Pestilence is a very good item, but it's not good in the mirror. And so you may be saying, well, what about Divine Ruin? I think Divine Ruin is fine, but I would only get it, if I even get it, because I have played Hades mirrors, intense Hades mirrors where we got to 6 slot, and I didn't get any anti-heal, and 1. But if you did want to go anti-heal, I think it's mostly fine, but 6 slot. You get anti-heal last, is what I would say. Divine Ruin last. But most importantly, though, stop getting Pestilence, guys, please. So bad. I'm actually just going to back here. I said I didn't want the power pot super early game, because I didn't want him to surrender was the main problem. But now we're at that stage of the game where I would prefer him not to surrender, but like I'm okay with it if he does, so it's not that deep. So we're going to buy the power pot, help us with our cooldown as well. Even if we had the Chronos Pendant, the power pot would still give us cooldown. It would make us cap CDR. Since we don't have the Chronos Pendant, we don't have cap CDR, we just have the 30%. But 30% is fine, especially given how much damage we have, so I'm honestly okay with getting this Bull Demon, / I'm also okay with not getting it. Like, I'm okay with him contesting, and then us hopefully killing him, or at least forcing some things. I think if we, like, ulted this thing, we could have done it, but I'm not in... Oh, he's on the bull demon. I'm just gonna stay in ult so he can't fear me here. Actually missed my poly shot there. Alright, we blinked over the slow. Too easy. Too easy. We blinked over the slow, and we also just blinked over his damage too, because, you know, we obviously didn't want him to do damage there because we wanted to blink. For those of you who didn't know, Raijin 2 actually does initial damage now. It didn't used to. For like the longest time, it didn't do damage when you hit him with it. You have to actually proc the 2 to do damage. But now it kind of works like the Morgan 2, where it's like it does damage and it also has a proc when you do other stuff as well. Double defense, huh? That makes my Mirrodin decision a lot better, actually. Like, because obviously Mirrodin has pen and Chronos Pendant doesn't. So when they go double defense, it's a no-brainer that Mirrodin's better. It's not even a question. The question is, when they don't have double defense, which one's better, right? But when they do, it's obvious that the pen one is better. And I could just go Chronos Pendant Obshard and have 40% pen with my Typhons, but honestly, I'd rather have, which I just bought a glyph, so I'm delaying it a little bit, but I think that's perfectly fine. I want to keep my bow for a little while. I'd rather have 40% pen in a more powerful way. Like literally more power. So what does that mean? Mirrodin plus Tahuti. And even though that's not like a substantially higher number of power, if you calculate the passives of the two items, you know, Mirrodin passive and Tahuti passive. Alright, I'm just killing this guy while trying to explain things to you guys. Anyways, if you calculate this passive making you do increased damage and Tahuti passive making you do increased damage on top of the fact that the items just have more power, plus the pen from Mirrodin, it's just the damage numbers aren't even close. Honestly, it's not even close. So I think I explained. Here, let me pull up my volume mixer here so we can mute Hades in the background. I think I explained my build. This is literally what I would build every single game, not even kidding. The only thing that changes around is sometimes I don't go beads, but most of the time I go beads blink. It just depends if you need them. I go blink in pretty much 99% of situations. You don't have to start it if you're less comfortable with it. That's okay. But me, I'm very comfortable with it. So I like to go blink, and I love to go beads for the cooldown reset, for the, you know, purification, whatever. But anyways, so my build would pretty much be the same every single game with the exception of, do I need anti-heal? And if I do need anti-heal, how bad do I need it? I'm going to take a drink, actually. Anyways, how bad do I need anti-heal? Because I'd say most of the time I don't even go anti-heal, but it depends on the situation, really. So how bad do I need anti-heal? And if I need it, I get Divine. What would I replace? Probably one of my pen items. So it'd probably just be Tahuti that gets replaced, honestly. And if you're against a physical god, I go Breastplate. You can get the movement speed Breastplate if you want. That's not my preference. I like to get the Breastplate with more CDR. But the movement speed 1 is not bad. I mean, Hades does heal off of his 3. It's okay. So you can get the movement speed Breastplate, or you can get the other one. And yeah, like I said, the only time I would go Chronos Pendant would be on I was gonna say on a physical god, but when I'm against a magical god is when I would go Chronos Pendant, and even then the Mirrodin's just maybe better. So I'm just trying to think of what items I go that's different. Honestly, the only thing that would be different is what if I'm against a physical, I go physical defense, and whether I need anti-heal or not. So last item here would be Tahuti. If I need anti-heal, it'll be Divine Ruin, of course. And the only thing I can say that's left is the order of the build. Really, like, I would never go poly before Typhons. That used to be a thing. Typhons gives too much power synergy with the Bancrofts, and also it gives you pen, and people usually go defense second or third, so the pen's really good. As far as like, I personally almost always go triple damage in a row like this and then defense. But like I said, you can go Bancrofts into defense if you're not as comfortable with it, just like the blink, and it'll be perfectly fine. Or you can try this out, or you could just go Bancrofts into Typhons and then defense. That's a pretty safe option right there. You got a lot of healing and defense. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say, guys. This is a little bit of a boring video, but I just wanted to show you guys, and I could show you guys the leaderboard right now, although it might not be updated. It usually takes like 10 to 20 minutes to update the leaderboard. Yeah, as you can see, I'm 199 and 0. Now that I'm thinking about this right now, and you guys probably already watched it, if I did do it, I'm most likely going to put a voiceover, like I'm probably going to do it right after this recording, a voiceover at the beginning. Well, I'm going to wait for it to update, and I'm going to show you guys at the very beginning of the, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not going to show you guys that, because the whole point of this video is to, do I win, and you guys should know, of course I win. I mean, I'm the best Hades, obviously I win, but now, all jokes aside, the video is probably going to be about, like, can I go 200 and 0, so I'm not going to put anything at the beginning. We're just going to leave it organic. So maybe I'll just put something at the end right now. Honestly, why don't I just skip into the future and record and show you guys that I'm 200 and 0 on Hades, so you guys, trust me. So yeah, I'll wait 10-20 minutes for it to update here, and then I'll take another recording and I'll put it at the end. So, I'll go ahead and let you guys go talk to future me. All right, guys, here we are, future me. And by future me, I mean like 5 minutes. It only took like 5 minutes to update, but here we are. In the future, boom, 200 and 0, drops the mic. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, here you guys go. You guys can see we're 200 and 0. We did it, man. Do I feel great about it? Not really, because truth be told, Hades is a broken god, and the duel community is not very populated these days, meaning a lot of the duel players are kind of just like platinum players, if we're being honest. Diamond players, even the GMs, they don't really seem that good these days. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. But my point being is, don't take this too seriously, because I don't even take it too seriously. At the end of the day, Hades is a very top duel god that I've played for many years. I have 10,000 worshippers on, and I play a ton of duel, and there's just not that much competition in duel, so it is what it is. But it is pretty nice to look at. It definitely looks clean. I hope you guys did enjoy watching the video for what it was, even though it was a little bit boring, but just here you go, guys. And 200 0 on Hades. I'm pretty proud of myself for being able to do it, because while the duel community may not be that impressive, at the same time, I mean, what's to stop me from just running it down and making a mistake one day, right? Even though I'm against bad players half the time, that doesn't mean I can't make a mistake late game and lose the game, right? So I'm relatively impressed with myself, and it looks cute and cool. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.